Good evening, everyone. Jeff here. I just wanted to put this out. First, let me give you a little bit of where I am and why I'm doing this. So as you can see, it is 9 p.m. This is Saturday, November 1st, and this is sort of a live look-in. My purpose tonight is to just show you what goes on inside my mind when I make the decision to drive. So I will reiterate, I am in South Florida, in the Hollywood area. I can drive any black Comfort or regular Lyft on Lyft, and because my car is older than 5 years old, I can no longer do Premier on Uber, so I can do Comfort and Uber X, which, by the way, since they combine them together, I really don't put the Uber app on. So I just want to take you through what goes on inside my mind. Very rare that I go out and just do on-demand rides, but my wife, son, daughter, son-in-law, and grandson are away for the weekend, so I figured let's just go out and see what's out there. So what you're looking at now is my Lyft app. You can see where my car is. You can also see now that I am open to all types of rides. Now notice what the map looks like. Now I'm going to show you what happens when I switch it to black only. Boom. As you can see, all of the enticements go away. So you just have to deal with that. But again, they always are in some modicum of control, and that's okay. On the upper left-hand corner where it says Sunrise, you can see that little ticket. There's a Florida Panther game. That's where they play. That's hockey. So there's a little pop there because the game's almost going to be over. I am probably about 13 miles away from there, to give you some perspective. So I just wanted to show you that. I'm going to put it back to all rides now, and then I'm going to dig a little deeper into where exactly I am, why I am here. I'm actually sitting in the parking lot of a racetrack gas station. It happens to be a very beautiful night here. The humidity has sort of gone away. The summer is ending, and it's only about 77 degrees, which is awesome. So I'm going to switch this back now to all ride types because I like the colors on the map. Thing of beauty. Now I'm going to zoom out. So I want to show you exactly where I am and why I'm here. So again, here I am sitting in a gas station, and right over here, this part of the map is the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. It's on an Indian reservation. I am about 2 miles from there. That is the only legal Las Vegas style gambling in Florida. Yes, the state has other gambling, but state-run casinos under Florida law can only have poker and slot. The Hard Rock is full Las Vegas, up to and including sports betting. So there's always a lot of black rides here, and it's always busy. They have a big entertainment venue, and it's really always in the primetime area. So that's why I'm sitting here. So now I want to show you why I love Lyft and why I love being elite. So let's go to scheduled rides. I'm going to pop this down, do a little refresh. Look at the availability of scheduled rides. Conversely, let's go over to my least favorite app and look at opportunity and look at reservations. 0 rides available on Uber. Reserve pretty crappy-esque. So now let's look around, and yes, what used to be surge is now just bullshit. Yes, there is a $20 surge, and again, that's the area where the hockey game is letting out, but it's not worth chasing that for one ride because that'll be short-lived. But they're really, other than that, up and down the east coast of Florida, even near the airport, not much of anything. So I'm going to close this because I hate Uber, even though I have almost 20,000 rides. So those are the scheduled opportunities, and this is why in a previous video I told you that there is just way too much of a focus now on dollars per hour. And you look at these opportunities out there, and it really jumps right out at you. So you start at the first one, $28 ride for 52 minutes. So that works out to about $30 an hour. But it's 49 miles. I don't care if there's no traffic at all. At 40 cents a mile for my expenses on this ride alone approach $20. So basically you're getting $8.15 to drive for an hour. And if you go down, you can see 27.45, 37 minutes, 34 miles. So that they pay very little attention to cost per mile. And you could always find some cherries in there. Yes, and that's why this is my form of cherry picking. When I will also take one of these rides is if I have a private client set up somewhere, or maybe I have a medical ride where I have to pick somebody up, so I try to get myself closer to the destination. But again, if you focus on dollars an hour, which is what Uber and Lyft want you to do, because it's the big lie, your dollars per hour are revenue. That has nothing to do with your profit. So yes, there are a lot of opportunity rides here. I don't think I would take any of them. And as it gets later in the night, they start to become more favorable because there's less time between their pickup time. See, here's a decent one, okay? 6.6 miles, $13 going to the airport. Now again, if you broke that down per hour, that's about $52 an hour. That would make a driver go gaga. For me, I'm looking at 6.6 miles for $13. That's $2 a mile. Those are the kind of rides I would reserve. You know, and again, it's all part of the tools that Lyft gives you to search these things out. And that is really why I love Lyft. So the period just ended. Look at my rewards. So I already have 162 points today in 8 trips. And that's because I get $3 points per dollar because of my acceptance rate. But I want to scroll down to last month's results. Again, if you're not interested in rewards, it wouldn't matter to you. So if you go to the Lyft shop, those are the points I earned last month. So let's round it to 6,000. Now, you will hear, even on this great channel, they talk about this octopus thing, and people go gaga for making $10 or $15 a month when you have to put something in your car and you turn it into an arcade. I don't believe you have to do that. So with 5,900 points, if you scroll down to the gas cashback at 375 points, right? So if you take 6,000 points, and I'm rounding here, 6,000 points divided by 375 points, I can get 16 $5 off gas purchases with those rewards. That's $80 a month compared to the ridiculous thing that is promoted on Octopus. All I am doing is driving, and I'm getting an additional $5 off gas every time I fill up, 16 times for the next month. Now, you guys can poo-poo the rewards. You can bitch and moan all you want how Lyft and Uber suck. We both know they suck. But this is something they're giving you. Why not take it? So, now I will scan over to the airport. These are the rides I'm available on because I'm open to everything. I tend to focus on black. There's 51 drivers. There's only 3 rides an hour. That wouldn't entice me to hit the airport lot. But again, another Lyft Elite benefit. Premium pickups. Get a 30-minute bump when you go in the queue. Nothing wrong with that. Time is money, right? So that's, basically what I look at. And you can see up, the game must have just let out on the top left. There's 120% surge now, or flash turbo, whatever they call it today. So these are the kind of things that I look at. Again, ride sharing is not something you want to support your family on, but if you have to do it, use all the tools at your disposal. I could have gone on to some other apps. I could have checked Spark to see what's popping on Spark. I probably plan to stay out for 2 or 3 hours. Hopefully I'll catch a nice long black ride. But if I don't, I don't. But I never stop working. I never stop trying. My mind never stops working. That's what you have to do to stay ahead of these guys, because they're always going to change. And even when they put out good things, in my opinion, like this new Flash Turbo, I'm not going to say it's a ruse, but it won't be around forever, because Uber and Lyft only do what benefits Uber and Lyft. And for those of you who have watched me for long enough in my appearances on the SMTMC and Behind the Wheel, I coined a phrase 2 to 2.5 years ago that Sergio uses a lot, and it's called my 2 rules for ride sharing. Rule number 1, Uber and Lyft will only do what benefits Uber and Lyft. Rule number 2, see rule number 1. So knowing that, you have to pounce on the opportunities when they give it to you before they disappear. They do a lot of shape-shifting and things set to distract you. Even with this Flash Turbo, it's really not all it's cracked up to be, but it is a benefit, right? So why do I say it's a benefit? So I'm going to try to find a ride that I did today that might have had some turbo in it. Okay, perfect example. So it says you get 30% turbo, okay? But that's only applied to the base earnings. Then they put in wait time, they put in adjustments, they put in preferred driver bonus. So they can control what the base earnings say. I don't put it past Lyft that eventually the base earnings will be $1 and everything else you earn will be categorized as something else, sort of like they do with their external fees. So while the opportunity's there and it's profitable for me, I'm gonna take it, and I urge you to do the same. It's not gonna stay around forever because it doesn't benefit them. A lot of people will try things to see how they are, but eventually things change over time, and if you follow my 2 rules for ride sharing, you'll understand. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you take something out of it. I'm gonna keep trying to put out positive vibes and to help people make profit while they're stuck doing gig work. Thank you for watching. Keep the comments coming, especially the negative comments. I love those the most because I would like a chance to respond and try to offer you guys another perspective and another way of thinking. And as I'm going to start closing all of my content, I will say this again. There is no secret to success and there is no secret to failure. Have a great night.